My name is Jenn Fisher, and I have been affiliated with camp since the beginning. I was a camper, a counselor, a healthcare volunteer, and I'm actually also a camper parent. After having been a camper for multiple years, it was presented to me that I could transition into a volunteer role. And it was a very natural transition for me. And it really helped solidify who I was going to become in my adult years. And I have become a nurse since then, and I am a longtime healthcare volunteer because of it. Camp has impacted me personally in that I was given an opportunity as a child when I was a camper to realize not only my full potential, but the things that I could do even with a disability. No matter how minor or how severe it is perceived, I could do just about anything. And it carries over into my adult life because now I get to send my kids to camp, and my kids get to experience the same exact experiences that I did, and realize that they don't have to not do something just because they have a physical disability. We had a child who had been coming to camp every summer for multiple summers, and this little boy's highlight of his year was coming to camp. His mom gave him everything that she could give him while he was at home with her during the year, but in the summer, when he came to camp, was the only time that he got to get in the swimming pool. And this little boy had a trach, so he was breathing through a tube in his neck, and that meant that while we could get him in the swimming pool, it's not really safe for him to go underwater. And the one thing that he had wanted to do every year when he comes to camp is put his head underwater. And he spent all week long trying to flip himself out of his inner tube. And on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of that week, about 10 people, 5 healthcare volunteers, and 5 counselor staff, at the end of the swimming period, those 3 days, we let this little boy put his head underwater. All of us were there to make sure that he was safe about it and that he didn't have an issue with it. And he has the biggest smile on his face. And that's probably my favorite camp memory. While his mom gave him everything she could possibly give him during the year, it's the one thing she couldn't give him, was to take him in the swimming pool, much less put his head underwater. I'll never forget the following year, after we did that, he checked in for camp, and one of the healthcare volunteers said to him as he was checking in on Sunday, they said, "Are we going underwater again this year?" And he got the biggest smile on his face, and he was just jumping up and down in his chair as much as he could. That's all he wanted. He wanted to do something that other kids were doing, and we were able to make that possible for him.